For as long as I can remember, I felt called to help people with pain find hope and healing. When I was 17 years old, I was assigned a paper where I had to document my dreams and ambitions. Who was I, and what type of impact on the world did I want to have? I still have that paper, and it's crazy to think that nearly 30 years ago I knew exactly what I wanted to do. After graduating from high school, I intend to take a 5-year master's degree program in physical therapy. I'm also planning to someday open my own office in physical therapy, preferably on the West Coast. I remember walking the halls of the hospital as a pathologist assistant. I was only a freshman in high school at the time, but even then I remember seeing people in pain and longing to be able to ease their suffering. And so faithful to the plan I wrote on that high school paper, I went to physical therapy school and worked my hardest to become the most competent therapist I could possibly be. About 11 years into my practice, I was faced with the harsh reality that there were holes in my treatment. My toolbox was insufficient or incomplete, to say the least. While I could absolutely treat certain types of dysfunction effectively, there were some that were hit or miss. What I didn't know at the time was I was trained in addressing symptoms more than root causes. When a person came into my clinic with frozen shoulder, for example, I would focus on stretching and strengthening that person's shoulder. To be fair, this would work for some of my clients, but accomplished nearly nothing for others. As a Counterstrain therapist, I now know what the missing piece was. The body is so much more interconnected than most people initially think. I used to think if I have shoulder pain, obviously the problem is in my shoulder. But what I've come to realize is that there can be more than a dozen reasons why you're experiencing shoulder pain that have nothing to do with the musculature of your shoulder. No amount of massage or mobilization or adjustments will ever make the pain go away, unless we treat the root cause of the pain. Not long ago, we had an athlete come into the clinic, Justin Medeiros, who won the CrossFit Games in 2021. He had already been to several massage therapists, chiropractors, and exercise-based physical therapists for his left shoulder. When Justin moved into town, his coach recommended that we give Counterstrain a shot. Within our first session, it was obvious to me that his shoulder pain was actually driven by problems with his lung. His lung was initially sticking to his ribs, which made lifting his arm very painful. Within 3 treatments, spanning 3 weeks, Justin's shoulder pain was pain-free. I see this type of story all the time in our clinic. Sometimes it's with world-class athletes like Justin, but most of the time it's with everyday people. Every single day we have people come in who are struggling with what they have been told is chronic pain. They've seen multiple specialists and had MRIs, CT scans, and X-rays, and all come back as inconclusive or negative. Is it fibromyalgia, depression? Did I strain a muscle without knowing it? Or is it just all in my head? They're being told by all the experts that nothing is wrong with their body, but they're still experiencing pain. One of the biggest fears is that they have to just learn to live with the pain for the rest of their lives. These are the kinds of people I feel called to serve. I don't know if that makes me sound crazy or not, but it's almost as if I was created to help people just like this. These are the kinds of people that 360 is best suited to treat. You know, it's been 30 years since I first wrote that paper in high school, and to my surprise, my passion for helping people find hope and healing has only grown. Every single week I get to see the look on my clients' faces, people who have been in pain for days, weeks, sometimes even years. People who now get to return to the life that they have missed, whether that's exercise or going back to work, or something as simple as being able to lift up their kids. These are the moments that give my life meaning and purpose. These are the moments that fill me with joy, and that's why I love being a physical therapist.